everybody, Carl with Nitro Gear and Axle here. I wanted to talk about Tacomas today. The 2016 and up Tacoma with the 3.5 liter and the 6-speed auto trans has been a huge seller for us gearing wise, and there's a good reason why. These vehicles are equipped with a 390 gear ratio and a 6-speed automatic that has 2 overdrives. So what that means is, if you take a look at the speedometer here, it's at 60, and the RPMs are right about 1500. I mean, this is a pretty small motor. It can't run at that RPM. I'm on flat ground, and if I give it any gas, it downshifts. So they're at about 1800, that's 5th gear. You know, if I want to speed up at all, it drops down to 4th gear. I mean, we're on a flat highway here, and if you notice that tank average fuel economy is at 14.6, that's accurate. That's my daily commute is like 15 miles each way. You know, about 10 of it's highway, 5 of it's in town. I mean, this is a pretty small truck, and it's completely stock tires, stock everything. I have a Land Cruiser that weighs 7,000 pounds and 550 horsepower with 48 gears, and it gets better mileage than that. So I'm just not real impressed with the performance of this truck in stock form out of the box. What we're going to be doing is, over the next couple months, we're going to do a bunch of stuff to this Tacoma, but we're going to start off by putting 488 gears in it while it is bone stock. You know, typically people think that regearing is for huge tires. These trucks need gears right out of the box, and I can tell you can't get any worse than 14 miles per gallon on a truck with 30-inch tires. But so we're going to do that, and then later on we're going to do, you know, a proper build and bigger tires and the 529 gears and everything else. But I just really want to show that gearing is a really huge thing on these newer Tacomas. I mean, every one of them needs it. With fuel economy in mind, performance, everything. It's the only modification that you can do that actually puts it where it needs to be. There's no superchargers yet or anything like that, but even if there were, it wouldn't really offset it. It's not a power issue, it's a gearing issue. The truck has lots of power. I mean, I can stomp the throttle, and once it downshifts and pulls, it pulls hard, but it's just not effective because of the gearing. So what they really need is a proper gearing to get the RPMs up to where it needs to be, so it's not constantly shifting. Like right now, just to do 60, it's downshifting and running at 2,700 RPMs. That's probably 4th gear. I mean, how is that efficient? I mean, from the factory, when they do their test rating for the EPA, for their miles per gallon rating, they're probably going downhill or something, because this truck does not want to run at 1,500 RPMs on the highway. And it definitely doesn't get better mileage as a result. So anyways, stay tuned for more, but I just really want to express that, you know, you can put 488s in a bone stock truck, but especially like 90% of the Tacomas that are out there, if you're running 33s, you know, we get the common comment, oh, I'm only running a 285, I don't need to regear. Well, anybody that has regeared will tell you otherwise, because it makes a huge difference. Because imagine if you're at 1,500 RPM at 60, and then you put bigger tires on, that lowers the RPMs even more. So it's never even going to see 6th gear. So your effective gearing on the highway at 60 is already lower than if you were running like 488s, because you're downshifting to the next gear in the tranny in 5th gear. So if you're keeping it in 6th gear and bringing the RPMs up, you know, maybe 1,800 or so, 2,000 even, it's going to be a lot better off than it downshifting and running at 2,400 RPM. See, I'm actually going downhill now, and I wanted to speed up a little bit to get back up to 60, and it just downshifts. That's 4th gear right there. There's 5th gear. All right, come on, baby. Let's see if we can get into 6. Oh, there's 6th gear. And since I'm going downhill, it's actually holding it pretty well. That's pretty good. Some downhill gearing. Anyways, stay tuned.